most people worry about as they get older is, will their memory go? Will their hips take getting older? And the third one is, will their money run out? So saving early and the compounding effect of, if you will, longevity is a huge benefit. Just imagine you put away just 3% of a minimum wage salary, $15 an hour, when you start working. You start working at, say, age 25. As you grow your salary, you keep putting away 3%. At age 65, you'd have roughly $215,000 compounded at 4%. But just imagine if you lived to 95 and didn't touch it, you'd have 1.4 million. If your employer matched it, you'd have 2.8 million in today's dollars. By doing well for yourself and saving and keeping yourself healthy, you're going to be doing well for society and for all those you care about. If we live not with a life expectancy of 77 for men and 81 for women, but 110 and 115, you're not going to want to retire at age 65. You're going to want to stay productive. And that's what's happened. Participation rate of the elderly, that is of those over 65, has more than doubled in the last 20 years. A lot of it is for socialization, for purpose, for having fun in life. I'm trying to stay as healthy as possible. So my real age, my calendar age today is 76, but my real age is 57. I'm trying to stay young enough so that in 10 years or in the next decade, as these exponential technology changes come in that allow us to reboot our age come in, that we're going to be able to take advantage of it and live younger, longer. And I'm looking forward to taking advantage of it.
One situation that intimidates a lot of my clients is asking for a raise. The best way to prepare is to practice. I'm Dr. Juliana Hauser. Here's what to say when asking for a raise. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I just want to start by saying how happy I am in this position and how much I enjoy working for this company. This year, I took on more responsibility doing X, Y, and Z, and have grown my skill sets, improved communication for the team, and taken on XYZ tasks without being asked or assigned. As a result, I'd like to discuss a salary increase to X amount of money. This should show your boss or colleague that you've come prepared and to take your request seriously. Don't expect an immediate answer, but do offer to continue the conversation and ask for the details when and if they hope to discuss finances at a later date. Despite any nerves, this is a normal and very appropriate conversation to have. So try practicing what you want to say and then have the conversation.
I openly embrace this stage of life. And you have to do it. You have to fight a little bit to do it because there's so much coming at us that says we should be invisible now. We should get off the stage now. We should sit down now. And so I want to be one of those voices that shows that you can actually be doing something else. I graduated from Harvard Business School. I worked at the World Bank. I've had my own business. So it's been quite a journey. Easily close to half of the people who are now 55 have not set aside enough to retire. We're looking at a situation where a lot of the people who are now 55, by the time they get to 65, could be in poverty or near poverty situation. So my advice and what I'm learning is, I have the expression, I say sometimes, I have to get off my throne. I try to pull together what I call a casserole of interesting work. And some of it I don't like, but some of it where I can, that's the focus, because I know that at my age, I'm 68 now, that the likelihood of me getting a 9-to-5, sort of traditional job is unlikely. How do I, what I call small up, so downsizing in a way where I am clear about what I need to feel grounded and supported? How do I think in terms of living, maybe they're a group of women living Golden Girl style. If we don't start kind of making that more normal, then your money is not going to go very far at all. Different people, we're gonna have different things that make us feel like, okay, this is my happiness. I'm a big flower person. That's my happiness. Somebody like, why would you buy flowers? Because that for me is something that beauty, I feel supported by that.
If I could give some advice to my younger self, I would say,
if I could give my younger self some financial advice,
don't leave money on the table. I didn't get started putting money away for retirement as soon as I could. And I really think that's a missed opportunity, because with an employer match to the amount that I could contribute, that's free money. And so if I could have just kind of gotten started earlier, really tried to work with my HR team to get through the paperwork and not be as intimidated by it, I would have been able to save so much more just by getting started a little bit earlier.
it probably would have been to take a little bit more time to think about what my expenses would look like when I owned a home. And I might have bought a slightly smaller home, because the thing I didn't realize, and I think a lot of new homeowners don't realize, is how many extra expenses there are once you become a homeowner. Utilities, taxes, home improvements, repairs, water bills, it just goes on and on. And so even as someone that is in the business of financial health, I probably didn't quite understand or estimate how much those costs were going to be. And while I'm doing okay, it does make it a little hard at the end of the month to save for college and save for the retirement. And I think if I had been a little bit more planful at the beginning, I might have been a little more set up to save for those things that also really matter to me. And that's hard to do, but I think if you look back, you can make some better choices like that.
I like buying gifts to my friends a lot, but I also like buying all the cheap stuff that's like really good.
Stella's responsible for a lot of different things. She's responsible for buying her own clothes. She's responsible for buying gifts for like family and friends. She's responsible for saving money so that if something goes wrong when she ultimately has a phone, she also saves money to give to charity. So that we have like some different,
like $100 to donate to charity, my choice.
Well, we have some different guardrails, right? Like it goes into those pots, but as time has gone on, we've been doing it for a little while, those guardrails are coming off and Stella's going to be managing that more and more on her own.
It's kind of fun because usually I ask my mom, like, can I get this? Can I get this? And like, no. So it's kind of nice. I can buy like my own stuff. Like I don't need to ask if I can buy this. I just buy for it. But it's also kind of challenging because I need like say like, so that's like $10. I need like, I only have $20. So I need like one more thing. That's like $5. It makes it kind of difficult, but it makes it kind of fun. It's kind of like a challenge. So I need to find something that's like my price range.
I've been really impressed because Stella is like constantly looking for a bargain. And, you know, like that was never happening before. And now like with anything, she's like, oh, that's very expensive. This is working. I like how this is working. But the one thing that I've noticed that I'm also impressed by is that she really, even before that we moved on to like budgeting, she really loves to give gifts. Like that still has continued, even though it's coming out of her pot of money. She's always thinking a lot of her money actually does go on gift stuff for other people. So I think that's also good.